What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Regrowth. Oh yeah, guys, so I've been doing some stuff off camera over here. So we set up last episode the thing to make the compost, right? So I've been taking some of that compost and I've been filling out our other plots. We don't have the farms actually set up, but we do have plenty of the compost to make the garden soil. Yeah, and I've gone through and I've tilled a lot of this stuff that takes a long time to place and to till it, but we got this all done. Now this other one over here, I haven't placed any of the garden soil yet. I'm not sure if we're going to do like a tree farm or something along those lines. I mean, we still got like two full-size one of these multi-farms with nothing planted on it. So, yeah, I think we're going to leave the other one just bare for now. We also have this fourth one where we had the cocoa bean farm. I don't know how much more cocoa beans we need. In fact, we might take this all down. We might just let it, harvest all the beans and do all that. I think we had a decent supply going on. Yeah, we got like, 2,200 plus whatever's planted here. We're using the cocoa beans specifically for the chocolate frames for the bees, and I don't think we're going to be doing much bee breeding going forward. Okay, another thing that I just got done doing, I filled out this farm over here just a little bit more. Let's see, what do we have here? We have carrots. We're running low on food. You can see I have 13 golden carrots. Yeah, we needed more of that. We had the gold seeds that I planted here a while ago. So we have plenty of gold already in stock. Let's take a look at our system right now. So I planted the carrots probably like 15, 20 minutes ago. We already got like 700. It's crazy. So we'll never have to worry about food again. I just got done making a void upgrade and I used a diamond upgrade. Yeah, we had like a diamond upgrade. I think we got from a quest or something down here. So now we got a decent place for our carrots to be harvested and to be stored. And if we go over, the maximum amount that we want, they'll just be voided out. So that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, also the compost, I have this thing turned off. Yeah, we had so much compost coming into the system. I just felt like it was kind of not really necessary to have these things like going for forever, right? I mean, you can only use so much compost, unless I'm mistaken. I don't think it has much other uses. You can see right here, we got 3,000 plus 12 more compost. So I think we're going to be okay on garden soil for the rest of what we need garden soil for. And then as far as gold goes, yeah, we got 26,000 essence of gold. 8 of those turns into 5 gold ore, which we can double, and it smelts. We'll get like, 10 per 8. So it's almost like 1 essence of gold equals 1 gold bar. Anyway, so we're good on that. So I'm going to be making a whole lot of these golden carrots. In fact, what we should do, let's just make up like another stack because I'm running low on food. Carrot, go there. Boom, there's a stack. Okay, so now we got plenty of food. I still don't know if that is the best food in this mod pack. I think it's the best food in this mod pack before you get like cows. I think maybe steak might be better. I'm not 100% sure on that. But speaking about steak and cows, I was thinking we should start looking at our quest book here. The next set of quests that I kind of want to start working towards is the one in the number 10 section, How the World Grows. So it's a little bit of witchery. I was looking at this one, the spinning wheel, and in order to make a spinning wheel, we need the attuned stone. That comes from dragon stone, which got me thinking, hey, we need Botania stuff, right? So you can get the dragon stone by throwing a mana diamond through the elven portal, and we get this. So I've set the elven portal up over here a while ago, right? It's over here, and we've lit it, and we got some stuff done. I took it off because, or I shut it down because I didn't want wasting mana, because I don't use it that often. So, I mean, we can keep putting mana over here, but every time we start it up, it does use a decent amount of the mana that's in reserve, and then eventually I got to fill these mana pools back up again, and that's just kind of a pain. I think what I'd like to do, though, is set up a better way to collect mana. Now, we were looking at the flower previously. Well, I guess we looked at these last time, the ones that can turn drones into mana, which works okay, but it doesn't produce that much mana. I don't think it's really worth ever setting this thing up. What I was thinking about doing, though, I was searching for generating flower in NEI, and there is a flower here, the Gormarellus, I think is how you say that. Anyway, this one eats food. So you can put food on the ground, it'll eat it, and then it'll produce mana based on, I think it's either the hunger bar that it refills or the saturation or both. I don't really know. I've never really used that flower before, but I was thinking since we have carrots being grown, we could either just dump carrots directly on there, or since we have carrots and gold, we could make golden carrots and dump those down there. I mean, we have unlimited food right now, so it might be an idea of what are these called? The Endo Flames? I mean, these work and you can put a whole lot of them around like one of these Elven Mana spreaders. But if we could reduce that to just a couple of like the food flowers, that'd probably be better overall. Plus, I'd like to check them out. So, these flowers right here, they do require Rune of Summer and Rune of Fire. The Rune of Fire is Mana Steel, Nether Brick, Nether Wart, Gunpowder. I think we can make all of this stuff rather easily. Yeah, we can make Netherrack really easy. Smelt that down, not a big deal. Mana Steel is just iron dropped in the mana pool. Mana Powder is like gunpowder dropped in the mana pool. There's a few other things, like you can put sugar or whatever, redstone, I guess. Anyway, so we'll probably be looking at doing that, making a bunch of these, and then the Rune of Summer, we need melon and slime balls for it. Now, I haven't even looked yet. I think we had melon, right? Yeah, we have melon seeds. Those are 10, 10, 10, so we could hook those up. Should we need more than that? We have a stack of the the regular melons. I think we might be okay. What else did we need here? Slime balls. We do have essence of slime, so we can make plenty of slime balls. And yeah, I think that's the only thing that's left that's complicated. We have all these different petals as well. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to make like, I don't know, maybe 4 or 8 of these flowers. I want to check them out. I want to see like how well they work with, say, golden carrots. And if they don't work as good as I want, we might try getting a cow farm actually set up for once, finally. Like we made this cow a long time ago to get milk. But that cow needs a buddy, and we got a bunch of quests for making all the different animal spawn eggs, so we might as well start working on that, I think. Anyway, let me go ahead and take a minute here. I'll make up the flowers that we want, the ones that eat food, and we'll be right back, guys. Good old Petal Apothecary crafting. Let's go ahead and finish up the last 2 that I'm going to make. We're going to do 8 of these things, and just kind of test out how these things are going to work. So there's 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, seed, done. All right, so there's 8. I was going to make up a whole bunch of the Rune of Summers. I was in the process of making like half a stack of them. I got to, was it like 12? I was like, okay, you know what? We have all of the Rune of Fires that we need. We have enough for like testing these Gormoralis or whatever. How are you say these flowers? The gourmet flowers. Let's just go ahead and test them before we go too crazy. So anyway, let's go ahead and get rid of these endoflames. I'm curious to see like what these gourmet flowers do, the food flowers, what they do. Okay, so if we set this down, we might have to link it up to the correct mana spreader. No, it went to the right one. So we'll set down a couple of them back here a little bit. You know what? Let's just set them all down. Okay, so are these all connected to the right one? We don't want them connected to this one. And it looks like, yeah, they connect to the closest mana spreader, so this one's going to be closest to all of these than this one is. So that's what I was looking for. All right, so let's test this out. Let us throw down a golden carrot. Wow, it ate it like immediately. Okay, so I've never used these flowers before. It looks like I don't need as many than what I made. Is that full? Okay, so it looks like one of these will just eat as much food as you give it, right? Huh, so how does that work? Like if I drop one here? Oh, it takes it a minute before it starts doing it. So it eats the flower or it eats the food. And then after a little bit, it starts going. I thought like you had to give it enough. Okay, well that's interesting. Kind of looking at the mana in the pool to see how far up that's going with like one golden carrot. That doesn't last very long and that doesn't move the mana that much. So I wonder like if there's better food for this. Let's try like, do we have bread? No. Do we have like toast? No. I wonder what other kind of foods we can give this thing. Maybe I should take a moment and kind of look up on the wiki if there's like a preferred food. We don't have like Pam's Harvest Craft, so we can't make any of like those crazy foods out there. That's why I don't know what the best food in Regrowth is. That's why I've always been using these golden carrots, because as far as I know, those are like got the most saturation, but they don't give you a lot of like the health bars back or the food bars. They only give you like 3. So maybe steak would be better. I just don't know. Anyway, let me go ahead and take a moment here. I'll do a little bit of research on these flowers. Yeah, maybe I don't need as many as I made. Let me do a little research and we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys. Well, I just did some reading up on the gourmet flower over here. Yeah, as it turns out, the only thing that affects us is the amount of hunger that the food restores. So, like a regular carrot does 2 bars, this one does 3, but it gives you a whole lot of saturation. So it's good for just walking around and not going hungry again because you have all that saturation, but it doesn't work really well with these flowers. Another thing I found out is if you feed them more than one before it sends out its mana, it eats the food and it just is wasted. So I tried throwing a stack of the golden carrots on one of these things to see if it'd go longer. No, it doesn't. So yeah, I kind of wasted it. So what I'm doing right now, we're making some spawn cow eggs. I just made 8 of them. Yeah, they use a decent amount of our mana. So we're gonna set up a small little cow farm. We're gonna spawn in these cows. We're gonna breed them. We're gonna try and get a decent amount of these guys going, and then we're gonna, you know, cull the herd or whatever. So we don't have fortune on this. We do have 1 modifier remaining, so I'll probably put some lapis up on our sword, so we'll be able to get a lot of steak or a lot of beef off of cows going forward. We did have this 1 cow over here. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to bring it over to where we want it. Is there leads in this? There might be leads. Lead. Oh yeah. Okay, so we have leads, so we can make a lead or something and like drag it over to where we need it to be. But like we said before, this island over here to the north is going to be our animal island, and we haven't done anything with it because we haven't had any animals yet to do anything with. So I guess probably the first thing we should get before we go too crazy, we should set up a wheat farm. That's one thing. We do have wheat seeds, I think, somewhere, and I can't remember if we did 10-10-10s or not. If not, I'll go ahead and make those up. We're gonna want wheat coming in. We don't have a lot of it right now. We only got 9. Yeah, so I gotta make sure that we don't lose that stuff. I was looking here, I was trying to find seeds because the wheat seeds are just called seeds. Yeah, and they get like, if we even have them, I don't even know if we do. Oh yeah, look at this. We got 8 of the 10-10-10s. Okay, so we already got those in here, so that'll be fine. We'll go ahead and get those going. So do we have any like fences? We do have a little bit. Okay, so I'll make a fence, a fenced in area over here. We'll spawn in the cows. We'll get some wheat going. I don't know if there's a cooldown on the animals, like when you first spawn them in. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't know, like, what kind of a thing we should set up for these guys, right? Like, I mean, a barn would make sense, but I don't know if we're going to build a barn or not. We might just do, like, an open pen kind of a thing. Something like this, I guess, would be fine, just so we have animals in here. We want to make this big enough so it's not too cramped for them, because we are going to be breeding these guys up. Ooh, that torch over here. Yeah, I know that animals have a hard time in this version of Minecraft. They'll like glitch out through the fences when the chunks load and unload, or you log out and log back in, things like that. Just hit F7. It looks like we're okay. Nothing's going to be spawning here, which is great. Let's go ahead and spawn in our cows then. Come on, spawn them in. Yeah, I think these guys, or girls actually, since they're female, right? I don't think there's a cooldown when you spawn them in for them to breed. So I'm going to go ahead and work on getting some wheat going. Get the, I guess our 8 wheat seeds. I'll go ahead and duplicate those, use our clippers, fill out one of our things, get another storage drawer set up so we can collect wheat. Yeah, and then we'll start mass breeding cows, which is going to be pretty awesome. Alright guys, well our small cow population has turned into a decent sized one. So you don't have to wait for all the baby cows to grow up. Oh my goodness, the sounds are just getting a little crazy now. Friendly creatures, turn you down a little bit. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, you don't have to wait for the baby ones to grow up. They take like 20 minutes. The cows are ready to be rebred after like 5. So all you gotta do is, you know, breed them, let them do their thing, and then wait 5 minutes, come back and do it again. So yeah, you can get your cow population pretty quickly this way. I know a lot of people like will take 2 cows, breed them, and then, you know, kill the parents or whatever, and wait for the children to grow up again before they do that again. It's really not a good way to do it. And in fact, this way that I'm doing right now probably isn't a great way either. I know there's ways that you can put the cows into like a little 1x1 thing and then float them on water. And then that way they're all contained. They don't glitch out like they're doing right now. Yeah, they just kind of bob up and down. Yeah, and it's a little bit easier to get all the animals. And then there's ways you can separate the baby cows from the adult cows that way too, a little bit easier. But anyway, yeah, our cow population is decent. I did add looting 3 to this sword, and I noticed that we only had like, I think it was 24 out of 72 quartz. So I went ahead and I put the rest of the quartz on there. I guess it's been a while since I've looked at how this sword, like all the stuff on the sword is. But anyway, yeah, we have the full looting 3 now, and then 6.5 hearts of damage plus 13 attack. So there is, you know what? I also got another achievement here. We got repopulation, and then we got prepared to fight. I think we got prepared to fight when I started adding some stuff to the sword. Anyway, so we're getting achievements now. Yeah, this is a good way to get leather too. The only way we've had to get leather previously is by throwing zombie meat, the rotten flesh, into the mana pool with the alchemy callus, whatever the one is that we have, because that's how I've got my leather. So this is a good way for us to get our leather too. So, oh wow, 39 and 39. That's kind of unusual that we'd get the same amount, right? I feel like it would be anyway. How are we doing now? Yeah, 57 and 47. Okay, I guess we'll just get like a stack. Okay, that should be good. We'll let these other cows do their thing, grow up, you know, do cow things over here. I think we're gonna want to cook the beef, since we have the smelting factory over here that goes 3 times faster than like a fully upgraded normal electric smelter, whatever these things are called. Basic smelting factory. Yeah, I was just cooking up some gold earlier. So we can just kind of distribute them like this. So we'll do that as well. Somehow, that heck is going on here. Okay, well anyway, that should be good enough for us to do our testing. Yeah, we might even be able to finally switch off of golden carrots, although I'm not sure if golden carrots are really that bad. We should just go ahead and sleep though. We'll go ahead, make it daytime, ensure that it doesn't rain, because that's always super annoying in Minecraft. So I'm curious to see now that we have cooked steak, which I believe is like one of the best foods, at least in vanilla Minecraft, other than like the notch golden apple or whatever. I did try a golden apple, the regular ones, an apple surrounded with 8 gold bars on one of these flowers, and it did not last very long at all. I was kind of disappointed actually. So let's try one of these. What does this do as far as like mana production? Seems to be, well, it should be going for a way lot longer actually. Okay, is it that much longer? I'm not sure, but we could probably give some of these to a few of these flowers at a time. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, if we're wasting, because I don't know how many of these flowers can send mana over to this mana spreader. It looks like this thing is completely full. Yeah, we might be wasting food doing that. I'm gonna have to find out, like, there's gotta be a good medium, like 3 of these flowers can provide enough for the elven mana spreader. I think there's another tier of the mana spreader too. What do we have here? The Gaia mana spreader, but in order to do this, we have to do the Gaia spirit, or I guess the fight, the guardian of Gaia, I think, unless we get one of these from a quest or something. I'm not entirely sure how that all works, but either way, we have a way now where we can make mana a little bit faster than having to rely on the endoflames. However, with the endoflames, we can grow coal. We can automatically turn coal into coal blocks, and we can set up a thing that automatically drops coal on the endoflames. I know the endoflames aren't as good. They produce mana a lot slowly, but they are a little bit easier to automate than this, right? Because we have to breed the cows, we have to slaughter the cows, we have to cook the food, and then we can only place one at a time on a single flower. I don't know. To me, it seems like the endoflames definitely are easier to automate. There might be some other food here that I'm not really thinking about. I guess we could do the same thing with wheat, right? Now that we have wheat, in fact, we got a lot of wheat. Maybe it's better just to like do bread. Let's make like a stack of bread. Bake bread, achievement get. How long does one of those last? because that would be completely automatable, right? We can just, yeah, see, that doesn't last very long. But that would be completely automatable since we have, yeah, that lasts like 2 seconds or something. Since we have wheat growing over there all the time now, we're up to 755 of them. Yeah, I mean, we could automate a way that would auto-craft the bread and then drop it on these things. Maybe we could set up some kind of a timer and use the formation plane from Applied Energistics to do it. That might be something we think about. We'd probably want a little bit more of the bread than what we have. I'm sorry, a little bit more of the wheat seeds, the wheat plants over here. That'll be something we'll have to think about. But anyway, we do have animals now. I was also looking in magic crops. Magical crops. I was looking at this earlier because I know that there's like cow seeds or cow essence. Like it doesn't show it here. Like you can search for it. Maybe it's here and I'm just blind. There's just so many things here. If you just search for cow, there is, oh no, you search for leather is what it is. You search for leather, you click on here, and then you just look at the different ways you can create it. I thought there was one, or maybe it's beef. One of these I was seeing, yeah, okay, essence of the cow, here it is. So 2 essence of the cow equals this, but there is like no way to get the cow seeds, and that's something I was kind of looking at. I was wondering, maybe if we spawn in a villager, maybe there's a magical crops villager that could sell us one of these or something. I honestly don't know if that's a thing, but the crafting of this has been removed from the game here, so I don't know. Maybe we can do it that way or something. Either way, now that we have a better way of getting mana in here, we should be able to move on and do what I wanted to do. So I'm going to go ahead, use up a lot of food on these flowers. I probably should set up some kind of a timer, maybe like a dispenser, shooting bread onto one of these flowers every couple of ticks. I guess probably every couple of seconds would be more appropriate. And then that should send a constant beam of mana down into the mana pool, always filling it, right? Okay, well, let me get some things done here, and we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, so I was thinking about different ways to automate that thing. If we use a formation plane from Applied Energistics, the way the formation plane works is it only drops an item as it enters the network. So we'd have to set up like another network. We'd have to like drop something into an interface and then a drop on. It's just kind of like a pain, right? So that's not something I wanted to do. So I was thinking a dispenser, right? We can just sit down dispenser. And I was trying to figure out a way to get this thing to go. We got this timer, this hourglass or whatever, a little while ago from one of the mods. I'm sorry, from one of the quests. It's from the Automeiju mod. Yeah, and that will send out a redstone signal after 5 seconds. I think there might be a way that you can make it less or more. I'm actually not sure how this thing works. But anyway, so with this timer, yeah, you have to right click it and then you right click it and then it sends out a redstone signal after like 5 seconds. So I was trying to figure out a way to automate this. Apparently, if you take the redstone signal and you put it into the side, like the sides with the poles emit the redstone signal, the side without the poles, those can accept a redstone signal. So if you do it like this, it'll send a redstone signal into itself every 5 seconds and flip itself over. Yep, and it'll just keep pulsing every 5 seconds. So we could use this pretty easily with some dispensers, right? So we just set this up, I don't know, like this, redstone, and then back into itself. Right click this thing, and that should take our dispenser every 5 seconds. Right? So we just gotta put some food in there like bread. Cool. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. Now the cool thing about this, if you put the redstone signal into a dispenser, you can put like dispensers on either side or whatever. And that should do all 3 at once. I faced this one the wrong way, obviously, but we do that. We can put some bread in here, bread in here. We should get 3 at a time. So that's pretty awesome. I wanted to see though how this is gonna work. Like, is one of these gonna be enough? Let's try dispenser here. And we will put down our hourglass. Let's see, we want the redstone signal going that way. So we'll do redstone right into here. right into its side, do this, give it some bread. So yeah, that shoots it right into the flower. The flower is going to start sending mana. So the question is like, is that too fast? Is that not fast enough? I guess the best way to tell would be like how long this mana beam is going. So it seems to be using up all the mana quite nicely. So if we add in a second one here, since they're right next to each other, they should still touch and emit the redstone signal. Is that going to be too much or not enough? Okay, so it looks like the beam does stop. All right, so we could probably do a third one. Let's just add in another piece of redstone and more bread. Okay, with 2 of them, there's a pause. With 3 of them, they keep going. But are we wasting a little bit of food this way? Probably. But that gives us a constant stream into the mana pool. So that's pretty awesome. If we use our wand here, we can right click on here. This thing is like constantly staying full. But that also means some of these flowers are probably staying full. Oh, no, it doesn't really look like it, does it? So I think 3 of those flowers is probably enough for one of these mana spreaders. Now, we could make even more if we have another mana spreader shooting into the mana pool. We could do like another 3 linked up to that. And then, yeah, we can make mana really, really fast this way. So that's kind of cool. It's too bad the bread doesn't last longer. But yeah, I do like that. That is definitely an automatable way to make a lot of mana pretty quickly that isn't the Ender Flames. Alright guys, so I've been looking at a way to get this thing fully automated. Well, the only thing that's not automated is sticking bread into these dispensers, but that's easy with Applied Energistics. But other than that, I've been looking at a way to get this thing pretty much automated so we can fill up a mana pool quite quickly. So if you don't know, you can use the comparator signal off of a mana pool. It will tell you, how full it is. Empty being off. When it gets a little bit full, it'll emit a bit redstone signal 1. When it's all the way full, it does a redstone signal 15. So I have this in subtract mode, and I have a lever here providing it with power 15 into the side. Yeah, so it won't emit a redstone signal until this mana pool is completely full. Okay, so when it's full, redstone signal comes over here, keeps the whole power system on, so the timer won't go anymore. Yeah, and the dispenser stops shooting out any food, so it pretty much shuts the system off. So the way this is set up is we have 4 sets of 3 of these gourmet flowers, all with a dispenser shooting bread into them. These 3 are connected to this mana spreader. These 3 are connected to this one. Both these mana spreaders are shooting into this mana pool right here. And then this mana spreader is pulling out from this mana pool and shooting over to our main one. So this way, even if like we go over and there's still more mana being generated, there's a little bit of a buffer, so we'll keep that. And we shouldn't be wasting any. So this is all mirrored on the other side. And yeah, the redstone's kind of ugly. We probably could make that a little bit better. I'm not sure what other kind of redstone is in this mod pack, but vanilla redstone just works. That's what I had available, so that's what I'm using. So anyway, the only thing we should have to do to get this started, I haven't tried this yet, is just right click our little dial over there. Let's see like how fast our mana pool goes when all of these things are going. Hopefully this thing just works. Come on. There we go. Okay. So we should be getting a decent amount of mana going over here, I do believe. Well, it's really hard to tell if you're just like looking at the level. Like we can right click on this thing. Yeah, you can see right there from the last time I right clicked on it, it's gone up a decent amount. So these 2, yeah, I think we're actually making more mana than what these can shoot over here. But these are going to constantly be shooting over here twice the speed of what we were doing before. And there'll be a little bit of a mana buffer here. So when we do some stuff, yeah, it'll keep it full for a while. So I think this is going to be pretty good. There are other mana spreaders. Like I said, there's the Gaia one, but we need to get the Guardian Gaia Essence or the Spirit or whatever that is. But either way, I think this is going to work pretty good for what we need to do. Now, I was kind of concerned that this comparator was going to be interfering with the mana pool, or I guess with the beam shooting over here. But it looks like things are going okay. I'm not noticing any problems. At least I hope not. I mean, I could also move the comparator over to this side, just run some redstone dust over the way it is right now. but I think we should be okay. So I'm pretty happy with this setup so far. And we're getting just a little bit of mana over here. Not a lot, just a little bit. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. I like it. So yeah, our our mana pool should now be completely automated, so we should be okay to start filling up like these mana tablets or whatever, and using those over here. Or we could run like sparks or send mana beams over or some other way to get these things full to use this portal. But either way, we should be able to start doing our dragon stones that we needed to get the spinning wheel from Witchery. Yeah, it's been kind of like a long involved process, but you know, we've been needing to automate Botania a little bit either way, so I'm pretty happy with the way that's turned out. So we needed to get ourselves a attuned stone, which is Whiff of Magic, a dragon stone, which is a mana diamond through the elven portal, and then a lava bucket of some description will give us the attuned stone. So I think we should, let's get some mana tablets filled up over here real quick. Actually, we should have some, right? Yeah, we got a mana tablet. Okay, we got 2 full. We can just go ahead and use these real quick. We do need to get ourselves the diamonds, the mana diamonds. Those dispensers are super loud, though. Let's grab, oh, I don't know. I don't know how many we should do. Maybe 8? 8 should be a good number. Okay, we'll do mana diamonds out of those. Hopefully that doesn't turn into anything. Nah, it's fine. Okay, get away from the dispensers. They're super loud. All right, so we should be able to get these things going over here. And then we should be able to start this up. That's going to be pretty awesome. Let me go ahead and trade these real quick, and then we'll look at making that spinning wheel. We'll be right back, guys. Okay, guys, so everything is ready to go. I just had to go and smelt an alder sapling so we could get ourselves, I'm sorry, not an alder, a rowan sapling so we can get ourselves the Whiff of Magic. But yeah, we made the attuned stone. We got all these different things made. Those cows came in handy for the item frames. So let's do a spinning wheel, and there we go. So now, actually, I guess we never even read the quest, right? I just wanted to make this thing. This says, you spin me right round. Witches wear some pretty stylish robes. You tried to buy some from your local coven witch, but they insisted that you make your own. To do that, you're gonna need a spinning wheel. Why not go full hog and make a magical one that will use power from an altar to do the spinning itself? Manual labors for chumps. So that's gonna give us 8 more whiffs of magic, which is pretty cool. And then, yeah, a little reputation. Awesome. All right, so we got the spinning wheel. I think you have to use, is it the wispy cotton in this in order to make the magical robes? I'm gonna have to go through NEI and look. It's been a while. I do know that, yeah, it does use the altar power, so it has to be somewhere nearby our altar here. There is an inventory thing. Let's take a look. If we search for a robe, does it show us like the coven? Yeah, witch's robes comes from the impregnated leather and the golden thread. The golden thread is hay bale in the spinning wheel. What is burning? Oh, yeah, that down there. I forgot about that. So anyway, we need to put a hay bale in there, and we should be able to start making the witch's robes. This stuff I think is important. Oh, wait, no, okay. 35% chance of a second brew. So maybe we should go through Witchery real quick. I think there's different types of robes that give you different buffs and different hats and things like that. 35% chance of a second brew from a witch's hat and the robe. So that'd be a plus 70% chance with both of them on. So that's pretty cool. 35% chance of a second necromancer brew. Okay, well, we'll have to take a look at all of this stuff as we progress through Witchery. We might need to make some of these things. For now, though, we'll have our spinning wheel here. And yeah, it'll be able to spin our different things like the golden threads, which is pretty awesome. But anyway, guys, I think we're going to go and wrap the episode up here for today. I had a lot of fun playing around with the Botania stuff, messing around with those gourmet flowers. Never used those before. We finally got some cows set up over on our animal island. We have a few more animal spawn eggs that we still have to make, plus a bunch of monster spawn eggs. I think villagers, and might be some other random neutral spawn eggs left to make part of the quest. So we'll be looking at that sometime soon. We'll populate over there, get some sheep and some pigs and chickens and things like that. That'll be pretty awesome. But anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.